الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله الذي بنعمته تتم الصالحات وبعفوه تغفر الذنوب والسيئات وبكرمه تقبل العطايا والقربات وبلطفه تستر العيوب والزلالات. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبد الله وحبيبه ورسوله. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا. لك الحمد يا الله يوم أن كفر كثير من الناس وأرشدتنا إلى الإسلام، ولك الحمد يوم أن ضل كثير من الناس وهديتنا للإيمان. لك الحمد يوما جاع كثير من الناس وأطعمتنا من رزقك الحلال. فلك الحمد حتى ترضى ولك الحمد إذا رضيت. فصل اللهم على سيدنا ونبينا محمد في الأولين والآخرين وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. We praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all the blessings. Peace be upon Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, his household, his companions, and all those who follow him until the day of judgment. Allahumma ameen. Dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, today is big day. It is very important for us. That is why we call it Can Eid. Days revive us. Can these days change us? I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and pray to him that they can. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, one of the conditions for correct prayer is to face the Qibla in all of our prayers. A Muslim is oriented towards the Kaaba every day. And these days, dear brothers and sisters, the Hajj days, Muslims, I don't like to say from all the nations because we separate ourselves, but we say Muslims as Ummah of the whole world have gathered together around the Kaaba. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us as well in these days to be over there. The Kaaba, dear brothers, is the first house on earth. It was built by Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. It was rebuilt by Ibrahim and his son alayhim salatu wasalam, and cleaned and purified of kufr, of disbelief by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Hajj, جعل الله الكعبة البيت الحرام قياما للناس والشهر الحرام والهدي والقلائد. Allah has made the Kaaba, the sacred house, standing for the people, and has sanctified the sacred month and the sacrificial animals. Dear brothers, these are holy months. Those are the months in which conflict is forbidden, so that all the paths and roads to the Prophet and to the Kaaba are safe. Just as these months bring peace through physical, earthly ways, they could bring peace, harmony, and reconciliation to people and open the way to Allah's mercy. This month, dear brothers and sisters, could revive our relationships. Just as the revival happened long time ago, in the year 632, when the Prophet ﷺ insisted on the forgiveness on reconciliation and harmony amongst his people, and taught his followers, us, that there is no superiority of an Arab over a non-Arab, nor the black over the white, or vice versa. We are sawasiya. We are same. The only difference amongst us is our sincerity. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows better who is sincere amongst us and who is not. Dear brothers, the sacrifice, al-udhiyah or qurban, or rebirth, ever since man has existed, there has also been a sacrifice because there is constant need for man's rebirth. From the first human sacrifices, we learn that the intention is the most important thing in every act. The intention. And that the value of the sacrifice can be read by increasing the fear of Almighty Allah in the one who sacrifices. Qurban means to come close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and udhiyah, to sacrifice something for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that can make us closer to our families, to our daughters, our sons, to our wives and husbands, to our children, to our community, to our society, to our common human being. We must be close to each other. If you should raise your hand against me to kill me, I shall not raise my hand against you to kill you, said Habil. And thus taught us to always strive to give the family harmony and unity. Couldn't Eidul Adha, this Eid today, with its message, unique message, revive our attitude towards social values and put education, al-ilm, and knowledge at the very top of social priorities? Could it revive our relationship with men and instill in society concern, and to change our attitude and to choose capable and honest people for important places and high positions in society and communities, and not corrupt ones? Sacrifice our rebirth as well. And just as making a sacrifice brings us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, learning from that sacrifice, understanding its messages, and reviving them in society brings us closer to success in both worlds, in this dunya and the akhirah. The Kaaba is revival, dear brothers. In order not to step into desolation and darkness, man is protected by prayer. It should be practiced from the age of 7 in order not to get lost. You need to orient yourself with Kaaba. Kaaba is always with us. We cannot live without Kaaba. That is our direction. There at the Kaaba, an instructions came to the man, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There was written a text that reborn men. There are written orders that brings happiness to men in both worlds, but also prohibitions of everything that makes him unhappy here and the hereafter. Dear brothers, great scholar, Imam Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali rahimahullah wa tayyib Allah thara wa nafana Allah bi'ilmi, he said, whoever is not able to stop at Arafah, that was yesterday. Yesterday was day of fasting. We didn't stop on the Arafah. Then stop at the limits of Allah He has set. We can do that. If we are not over there, we have obligations, dear brothers and sisters. We have to respect them. This is great message from him. He said, whoever is not able to spend the night at Muzdalifah, let him spend the night in obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to come close and attain nearness to him. Whoever is not able to slaughter at Mina, to make sacrifice, then let him slaughter his desires. Let him slaughter his ego. Let him slaughter his wishes and his whims. So by it, he can reach the objective. Whoever cannot make to Kaaba, and it is far from us, let him serve the Lord of the worlds of Kaaba, Allah Azza wa Jal, for he is nearer to us than anybody else. If we are not near to the Kaaba, he is near to us. We have to show gratitude, respect for Sharia, for Islam that he is delivering to us, subhanahu wa ta'ala. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم التائب من الذنب كما لا ذنب له أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. الله الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا. Dear brothers and sisters, couldn't the Qurban, Udhiyah, sacrifice of the Eid days be the beginning of our revival for all of us? By sacrifice, we want to come closer to Allah. How much and how long? Only the minutes that you do that, or entire your life? So when is the best time to make a change? When? Now. Now is the best time to change yourself. You may delay, but time will not. Time will not. There is one great poem. Shi'r says, أتيتك يا خالقي باكيا ودمع الأسى كل حين يزيد فقد قلت في الآية لا تقنطوا وإن تعفوا عني فذا يوم العيد. He said, I came to you, my creator, crying my tears of regret increasing flow. You certainly tell us in the ayah, don't despair. So if you forgive me, O Allah, then would that be my Eid. That will be my Eid. As Ali radiallahu anhu said, would say about the Eid is for him whose fast have been accepted by Allah and whose worship has been appreciated by Allah. Every day in which you do not disobey Allah is the day of Eid. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, pray to him, make dua to help us, guide us, show us the right path, and to accept all our good deeds. Allahumma ameen. تقبل الله منا ومنكم. عيدكم مبارك. Bayram Sharif Mubarak also. In my name and the name of Islamic Center and the board of Islamic Center. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.